A girl from a neighboring school walked in, claiming she was on a mission. She said the picture she carried could end lives, and she made me look at it. It was a Friday afternoon, the kind where the sun hangs lazily over the school compound, burning everything in a soft, golden light. The kind of afternoon that makes children restless, eager for the bell. I was in primary 5, sitting in class, doodling and daydreaming when a strange sound caught my attention. At first, I thought it was normal school noise, footsteps, shouting, laughter. But it wasn't. The noise had an urgency, a frantic energy. Desks scraped across the floor, children shouting, some screaming. I stepped outside, my heart beating faster. That's when I saw it, students running wildly, scattering in every direction, as though something unimaginable had entered the school compound. I ran to one of my friends and whispered, "What's happening?" Her eyes were wide. A witch has come to our school," she said. In my country, when you hear a witch, even as a child, your blood runs cold. You remember the stories of covens, of children being lured with sweets and biscuits, of being initiated in ways no one explains. Fear mixed with curiosity. I didn't know why, but I had to see her. I followed the crowd. And then I saw her. A girl I had never seen before, wearing the uniform of a neighboring secondary school. She stood in the middle of the chaos, calm, almost regal. Shadows seemed to bend around her. A strange breeze whispered through the schoolyard as if the air itself obeyed her presence. She held a kumu, a long stick, like a scepter. She didn't run. She didn't scream. She simply walked. And everyone followed. She began to sing a tune that no one recognized. A low, haunting melody that made the children stop in their tracks, trembling. Her voice carried across the compound, echoing strangely as if the walls themselves were repeating it. Then she spoke. Not softly. Not hesitantly. But with absolute authority. "I am initiated," she said. "I have a mission. The Queen Mother will use your destinies. The rich government cannot stop me until it is finished." Everywhere she walked, she would likely touch a child and whisper, "You will die next week. The Queen Mother wants to use you. Your destiny is sweet, and I will pluck it." Some children screamed and fell to the ground, convulsing. Others ran blindly, bumping into each other. Some froze, eyes wide, staring at her as though they had seen a ghost. I could feel the cold air around me, even though the sun was blazing. A shiver ran down my spine. I felt like I was trapped between fear and fascination. She told stories, one after another, about water meetings, night flights, and the Queen Mother. She said she wanted to escape, but her last mission bound her to this school. She laughed sometimes, a low, echoing laugh that made your stomach drop. Then she brought out a picture. She held it carefully, almost reverently, and raised it above her head. "This," she said, her voice cutting through the screams, "is the Queen Mother." The crowd went silent. Children pressed forward, craning their necks to see. Some teachers came out, shouting, trying to calm the panic, but nobody could stop the chaos. The picture itself, I will never forget. At first glance, it looked like a normal girl. But something about it was wrong. It seemed almost alive. The shadows in the photo shifted, just slightly, when you weren't looking directly at it. The corners seemed to drip with black ink, as if the edges were melting. And if you listened closely, a faint whispering echoed from it, too soft to catch words but loud enough to make your skin crawl. Then she said the words that froze my blood. "Anyone who saw this picture will die tonight." The panic erupted again. Children screamed, ran, some fell to the ground. The shadow of fear grew thicker than the walls around us. Some kids collapsed as if the mere touch of a hand had drained their energy. Others cried uncontrollably, begging for help. I felt paralyzed. I went home that day, my heart pounding, my mind racing. My chest felt tight, and my head spun with dread. That night, I prayed harder than I ever had in my life. I begged God to save me if He could, to forgive me if He would, to protect me from whatever curse the girl had brought into our school. I didn't sleep. Or maybe I slept lightly, the sound of whispers and footsteps echoing in my dreams. Morning came. And I was alive. I stared at the ceiling, trembling. My body ached. My heart was still racing. I touched my arms, my face, my chest. I was still here. I was still breathing. Somehow, I survived. Months passed. Life went on. But the story never left me. When my sister graduated from secondary school that year, she brought home photos. Group shots, class photos, selfies with friends. I flipped through them casually, until I saw a face that made my stomach drop. It was her. The exact same girl. The same one in the picture she had shown us. The girl she claimed was the Queen Mother. I called my sister. "Who is this girl?" She looked at me, confused, then laughed. "Oh, that's the senior prefect. The prefect general of our school. She's very smart, one of the best students." I stared. My mind couldn't process it. The girl who had brought death into our schoolyard, who had terrified hundreds of children, who had held a picture that would supposedly end lives, was just a student. Just someone alive, breathing, ordinary. But sometimes, late at night, when the wind whispers through my window, I still see her. I see her shadows flickering in the corner of my eye. I hear faint whispers calling my name. And I still think maybe the mission wasn't over.